Hello,
How the
Chums.
hell do I know?
Welcome back to our Let's Play of Halo 5 Guardians, where we're on the penultimate level and finally back in the Breach the Blue team pool. How
Yes,
about that?
I know.
And
It's
there's this
crazy,
guy.
huh? Remember, Chief was in this game. Master Chief, you know, the mascot, the main character. He's in Guardians.
Is he though? Is he really?
Well,
Is he really a
he makes a
Halo
cameo
guy?
appearance every now and again.
Oh, see you later, mate. Wee.
I'm sorry. I didn't think he could get in here.
Enough games.
Forerunners used Guardians to keep troublesome worlds in line. I intend to do
Wow.
the same.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
You what?
To do now, John. Come to me quickly.
Come to me, my jungle friend.
I mean, what's she gonna do with the Chief? Make him her sex slave or something?
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
Seems about right.
I got a body now, John.
Alright, I've been waiting for
All
this.
right, this is what I'm talking about.
Johnny
I'm
Boy's been
armed.
waiting just for this.
I'm armed and fully loaded.
Fully armed and operational. Why are these bloody space dogs not dying when I shoot them in the face? Thank you.
Space dogs are the worst.
Least I ask is that you explode when I shoot your face. That is not a euphemism.
Oh god. My controller just keeps disconnecting itself. The wire that because I'm using a wired one. Well, I'm using a wire, a USB wire, and I've noticed that the connection on the top of the Xbox controller isn't really kept in place. I don't know if that's a big design flaw, because I have my PS4 one uses the same wire, same connections and all that, and it always stays in place. But this just feels loose.
I think it's just it's micro USB, isn't it? The older pads,
Yeah.
and it just that does just end up kind of degrading over time. I really don't like that connection. I'm glad that you wanted USB-C.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah, it's a different ports. People said the controller feels the same. It practically is, but it does. It feels a bit more weightier. If that makes sense. And it's got that gradient thing on the back.
Yeah, the texture's quite nice.
Grip, yeah.
Where they like where the triggers curve as well has been like changed slightly, so it kind of flows a bit better. It's hard to describe, but it feels a lot nicer in the hands around that, like where the triggers are and everything.
Yeah, they changed the triggers.
Right, took one night down.
Another thing, man. I keep forgetting how good the music is on this. It's so underrated.
It's very underrated soundtrack, if you ask me.
That orchestral score playing in the background now and sounds so good.
It does.
Yeah. Very melancholy and sad, you know. Probably kind of feels like sums up Chief's mood, and really he's going against his best friend, really, isn't it?
Oh no, I was alright. We got them both. Hello, mate. Sucks to be you. It's an incinerator here if you want it.
Doors open, Chief.
Where's that? Where are you? Oh, there. Give me that.
Alright, let's move on. Let's mosey. Oh yeah, there's something we were discussing this earlier, because the Game Awards are coming up, and we were kind of discussing earlier before we started recording what we think might win. And we were trying to remember what the nominees were. Like The Last of Us 2 is there, Hades I think is there, Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is there, which is one
I would discount that.
I would.
I would discount that.
I mean, we had our whole spoiler cast video. Oh Jesus. I jumped off the platform.
Would you have me?
Um, oh, now I've got rubbish weapons. Yeah, we had our spoiler cast on that, and I think I was quite scathing about it. And I think I can't remember exactly what I said, but I think I said I'd give it a 7, and there'd be times where I'd be tempted to give it a 5 out of 10, something like that, something along those lines. Like a lot of it, I really did not like.
I wouldn't give it a 5 out of 10. It's definitely a solid 7 out of 10 for me, anyway. But
I think it probably is for me as well. It's just those points where I really didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
There was a lot. I don't know. Like it's they stretched out the Midgard bit, obviously, unnecessarily so. Man, I just don't see why they couldn't release the whole thing in one game. And it's going to be a 3-parter probably.
Especially when the stuff they added was of little consequence. Like before release, people were like, oh well, if it's only the Midgard bit, but it's the length of a full game, then that's cool with me. I'm like, yeah, but what about the quality of that content? My worry was that it wouldn't be very good, or a lot of the additional stuff, and I don't think it is.
The best parts of the game were the actual original parts of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Partly because it's like seeing how they kind of reinterpreted that.
But the one I have, oh shit, I died. The one part I did like was when we went to Jesse's family.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good. That was a good little addition. But I didn't like Roach. That guy kind of annoyed me.
He was in there for no good reason.
No reason. Yeah, he didn't serve any sort of plot point. It was just there just to have as a mini boss.
And then he went away and never came back.
I mean,
I guess maybe they're introing him for like the next part or something. But just intro him in the next part. No one's going to care in part 2. Oh, that guy's back.
I mean, he had such a stupid personality and silly hair.
I was going to say and haircut.
Yeah, he's really dumb. And yeah, I mean, it was good. Visually fantastic. Music great. Characters look great. But yeah, it's just the side quests and stuff were just unnecessary padding. Didn't add to anything, and no one bloody dies in this game. Everyone's alive. I think the only one who's probably dead is Jesse.
Yeah, I hated what they did with the end as well. It just felt so shoehorned in, and it felt very much like the later parts of Final Fantasy 13 and 13 too.
Yeah.
Right, Alexa's trying to talk to me for some reason.
Oh, hello.
Has anyone got anything to take those turrets out with?
I've got a thingy. I've got an incinerator, but I've gone completely the wrong way. I'm coming. There you go. Okay. There you go. One down.
The other one's smoking. Nice.
Both down. Yeah, and then, what else? I haven't played Animal Crossing, so I can't really got an opinion on that. But everyone seems to like it. They make a lot of YouTube videos about it, about their little islands.
That's the thing, like, of the nominees. I think I've played 2. I haven't played Hades. I haven't played Doom Eternal. I haven't played Animal Crossing. I played The Last of Us, and I've played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and neither of them are flawless games in my opinion.
No.
I think The Last of Us is a much better game than Final Fantasy VII Remake, but there are times when I was playing it thinking, wow, this is incredible, and there were also times I was playing it thinking, I want this to end now.
It did overstay its welcome slightly, didn't it? I think
it's very, very long.
I mean, People gave it a lot of shit. I mean, like they disliked Abby. You know, obviously Joel being killed off quite early in the game really irked some people. And yeah, there's just a lot of hate directed towards Abby, obviously because of that. But we all got to remember that Joel and Ellie have done some really bad things. I
Well, that's
mean,
the thing.
Joel in the first
I
game,
get not
Joel
like.
in the first game did that, but Ellie in the second game also done some pretty questionable things. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like people going like, "Oh, Abby's so unlikable," and all it's like everyone's unlikable in that game.
I think
Literally everyone's unlikable.
the only one I thought was quite likable was Dina.
Yeah, Lev.
Um,
I quite like Lev as well, but for the most part, like most of the characters are just deeply unlikable people. I mean, that's
yeah.
kind of part of the point.
Mhm.
Like people.
I mean, they were unlikable. Joel was unlikable in the first game.
Mm,
Jesus Christ, he was a he's a psychopath.
yeah,
He's broken. I mean, everyone has personal tragedy in that. So you know, no one in that world hasn't got blood on their hands. It's just the way the world is. So
yeah. It's kind of part of the point.
mm,
That sort of like the state of the world kind of makes monsters of people.
I just don't know if I like that tacked on bit with Abby about her motivation that Joel killed countless of people, and they all probably have kids or families, or I don't know. Especially in the Fireflies base near the end, and this one doctor, this unnamed doctor that held a scalpel to Joel near the end that you had to kill. Turns out to his daughter was part of the Fireflies and wants revenge on him. But there you are. Still a good game though.
Yeah. I think what irks me about it is there's nothing really particularly original about it. The idea that like violence begets violence and revenge just is a cycle. Like, oh, you killed my dad, so I kill you, and then your kid will come and kill me, and then my kid will come and kill your kid. It just goes on and on. It's like, yeah, that's not a new theme, and people are losing their minds about that. Oh my god, it's so deep in the themes, and it's like, this isn't anything that hasn't been done before in other mediums.
It's kind of like, you know, an eye for an eye, and if you carry on like that, you'll just end up blind.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
So maybe in the next game it'll be Ellie
really
and
cheerful.
Dina's daughter. Ellie and Dina's daughter going after revenge on someone else. I don't know, like maybe Levy. She's quite young in that.
They go after Abby to avenge Ellie's little finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good game in places and a bit overlong in other places. I won't begrudge it if it wins Game of the Year at all. But I probably wouldn't pick it, but then I don't know what I would pick because I haven't really played that many new games this year, to be honest. I think a lot of the stuff I played this year is like backlog stuff, to be honest. Other than like Last of Us and Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I didn't like.
He's just putting it out there, folks. He didn't like it.
Well, I'm totally cool with if people loved it and it's their Game of the Year. I'm glad they. This sounds sarcastic, but I don't mean it like that. But I'm glad people that loved it. I didn't. It was very modern Final Fantasy, which is not what I wanted from a Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, it's quite a modern Final Fantasy.
Especially towards the end of it.
Huh. Yeah, that ending was just like, what the hell's going on? Such a... Oh, yeah. Especially you fight that big... whatever the fuck it was near the end.
Yeah. That really reminded
what the
me
hell's
of
going
the... there's a Bahamut fight at the end of 13-2, where you fight like 3 different versions of Bahamut, and it really reminded me of that. And I quite like 13-2, but I don't want Final Fantasy VII to be like 13-2. And that whole final area felt very much like, oh Christ, the snipers at the back. That whole final area felt very Final Fantasy 13 series-ish.
Hmm.
Bloody die sniper, I think there's still one sniper at back right. Alright, I think that's all the snipers.
Down. Took care of him.
Oh, what the... what?
That might have been me. I was targeting the knight. You were in, sort of jumped in there and jumped. You were behind him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
'Cause he fired, but I was behind him, so I thought it had like weirdly caught me from behind or something.
Mate, give up. You alright? You're out. There you go.
So you got one behind you.
Oh crap. Alright, Linda, I'm coming. Thanks!
I wish it had just respawn you when like you're, even if like it's
crying.
not safe to respawn, just bloody respawn you. I'd rather be in the game and risk getting one-shotted than have to sit the whole thing out.
Oh. Move in, blow team. Oh look, are you going to cheese it on this bit? Because you said you found a little hack.
Yes, this is the bit that I think this part the first time I played it at launch 5 years ago. It took me like half an hour because there's like 5. I mean, look at them. Destroys the
Loads of
platform,
them.
then jumps down. You need to get up there. I remember people cheesing it, but I couldn't remember exactly how they do it. But see if I can do it. No, knowing what I know of the control schemes. There we go. Ah, screw you. Where is everyone? Oh, you're all over there. So I think if I move forward here, because this is the first time I've actually done this, I think if I move forward here, they just despawn.
Yeah.
Shall I just do it?
Just do it, man.
See
Otherwise
that,
I'll be
suckers!
Yeah.
I'm surprised they never actually bothered to fix that, given how easy it is to do.
There you go.
And we are done.
Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, are you having a liquid refreshment or of any kind?
I'm not at the moment, because I've been feeling pretty rough all day, unfortunately.
Oh no.
How many of these dudes there are? What about yourself? Are you having a nice refreshment?
No, just a can of Diet Coke.
This is
No alcoholic.
It's not really on for us, given the tagline of our channel, is it?
No, but you know, you got to give it a rest one day, innit? Otherwise, end up with no liver.
The size of him.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times the size of the Spartans. Yeah, you have.
Pretty much.
I like how she just gently touches him on the shoulder and just disappears. Bwah.
Oh no.
Cortana,
Hello, John.
you got clothes.
Some pretty cool clothes, though, isn't it?
You've changed.
It was time.
It was time to finally wear clothes.
I know we have a disagreement. But once
You can. That's putting it mildly, Cortana.
As we do as you say.
I'm offering people a chance to be more than they are naturally.
People are shitty.
Kiss me.
No. That monster forced you. This is a gift.
Listen to yourself.
Doesn't seem like it.
Stand down, Cortana.
Come on, Chief.
With us.
I mean, like, you spent all this game just trying to talk to Cortana and find her. I mean, you got more persuasive argument.
Yeah.
Come home.
Important.
Okay,
No.
Chief, I'm ready to hear
Okay.
your argument. Okay, here we go. Stop. That's it.
home.
That's all I
Yeah.
got.
That's all I got, baby.
I was never good with words.
Not a good negotiator. Oh.
I just needed to know if I could still trust you.
Guess that's a
Oh.
no.
It's a big fat no.
Be safe inside this cryptum until my work is done.
Oh, not a cryptum. That's what the
Was our
Didact
whole
was in.
plan was just to trap Chief, regardless?
Yeah, pretty much.
Goodbye, John.
I think she
After all
basically
we've
knew
been
he
through.
wouldn't have gone along with her plan, so she plans to imprison him for 10,000 years while she does all her work. And then wake him
Is
up
it going
and
to
go,
take
"Oh,
that
it's
long
done
to
now."
reshape the galaxy?
Probably not, but I think that's basically how long cryptums last. The Didact, we woke the Didact up from one in Halo 4 at the beginning. He was in that one for like 100,000 years or something.
True.
Well, that is the penultimate level of Halo 5 done. Please come back next week for the final part and let us know below if you're enjoying this. Let's play, let's co-op, whatever we're calling this thing. And yeah, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye bye.